the freedom of expression must be aimed at promoting the country rather than destroying it. It must be aimed at strengthening our country rather than, weakening it. And so when you are exposing the ills within our society in the context of freedom of expression, that exposure, its aim, in my view, should be to ensure that you bring something to light for relevant people to take action that is going to result into the improvement of our environment and promotion of our environment. So the moment we begin to see this freedom of expression as a way of, promoting hatred, ridicule or contempt of whether it was a president or other person or other, groups of people, then I think that is bad freedom of expression. I think that we all deserve to be dignified by others. And clearly, these particular pieces of, or these provisions should not be taken as inhibiting freedom of expression. But our freedom must be in the context of, being patriotic, in the context of ensuring that our political, social, and economic environment improves. And frankly, there are so many ways of showing that. You can, I know I was listening to you earlier when you were dissecting the presidential debate, which ended just a few days ago. And in that, there were several positive things. There were several negative things from an individual's perspective like myself. I saw some positives, I saw some negatives. And if I'm going to talk about those things which were negative, I have to talk about them with a view of highlighting those negatives so that the president can take into account of my views, you understand. I want the president to know how I feel about his delivery so that, so that he can take my views into account. But also, for those things that I think are positive, I want to share with my colleagues that I think the president in this area has done well, or that he may need to improve. And that is in my view. But when I say so, I must not promote hatred. It should not be aimed at having him hated. It should not be aimed at having him ridiculed. It should be just clear that I want our political, social, and economic environment to be better for the benefit of every Zambian, whether you think of yourself as a majority or the minority.
Okay. Now, finally, real quick, Honorable, moving forward, do you think that the cases of defamation against the president should remain criminal, or should they be civil now?
Wow. I think that's an area where I personally think they should be civil, because the president is a person, like any other person, indeed, except he has been given authority to preside over the affairs of the nation. But the trouble there is we are dealing with the presidency and the president, and oftentimes you really don't know what you are dealing with at a particular time, because the presidency would be, an institution, whereas the president is an individual. So it's a difficult situation, which requires again thorough reflection. I think that it's a difficult question you've asked, but if you are dealing with the individual, I think it should be civil. But if you are dealing with the institution, that could be a different matter altogether.
Oh, no.